Have you ever stared at an exam paper or looked at a person you just met and felt your mind go completely blank? You know the information is in there, you studied it, you heard it, but in the moment you need it most, your brain freezes. It's embarrassing, it makes you feel incompetent, and worst of all, it makes you feel like all that time you spent learning was a total waste. Here is the secret nobody tells you. The people who remember every date, every name, and every formula aren't born with photographic memories. They don't have higher IQs than you. They simply structure their learning differently. In Japan, students dominate global rankings not because they study harder, but because they rely on routines that align with how the human brain actually encodes information. I'm going to break down 5 specific Japanese routines that will turn your brain into a steel trap. These aren't just study tips, they are lifestyle shifts, and you need to pay close attention to the very last one. I saved it for the end because it's the game changer. It's the one technique you're probably doing exactly backward right now, and once you fix it, retention becomes effortless. Let me be honest with you. Why do I know this? Because I used to be the king of cramming. I would stay up all night drinking energy drinks, reading the same paragraph 10 times, praying it would stick. It never did. I walked into tests tired, anxious, and forgetting 50% of what I read. I thought I just had a bad memory. But then I realized the problem wasn't my brain, it was my routine. Routine 1, the red sheet. Method, active recall. Most people make a fatal mistake when trying to memorize something. They read, then they highlight, then they read again. This is passive. It feels like you're learning, but your brain is just recognizing the text, not absorbing it. Japanese students use something called the red sheet method. They write their notes, but they write the key terms in orange or pink ink. Then they place a red plastic sheet over the page. The red sheet makes the colored ink invisible. Instead of just rereading, they are forced to fill in the blanks from memory instantly. You don't need the literal sheet to do this. The principle is active recall. Stop rereading, cover the answer, force your brain to struggle to find it. That struggle is where the memory is built. Routine 2, Kaizen, the 1-minute principle. Here is where most of us fail. We wait until we have motivation. We tell ourselves, I'm going to study for 3 hours today. It's too big, so we procrastinate. We end up doing nothing. The Japanese concept of Kaizen focuses on continuous tiny improvements. Instead of a massive 3-hour block, commit to the 1-minute principle. You tell yourself, I will do this task for just 1 minute. Why does this work? Because the hardest part of any task is starting. Once you start, the fear vanishes. Usually that 1 minute turns into 20, but even if it doesn't, doing 1 minute every single day beats doing 3 hours once a month. Consistency beats intensity every time. Routine 3, Inemuri, strategic sleeping. This one might shock you. In the West, if you fall asleep in the library or at your desk, you're seen as lazy, you're seen as slacking off. In Japan, there is a concept called Inemuri, which translates to sleeping while present. It is socially accepted to take short naps during the day because it is a sign of how hard you are working, but scientifically it's brilliant. Your brain consolidates memory while you sleep. If you force yourself to stay awake when your eyes are heavy, you are fighting your biology. Instead, take a 15 to 20-minute power nap. You aren't being lazy, you are hitting the save button on your hard drive. Routine 4, Shinrin-Yoku, forest bathing. Let's talk about stress. When you are stressed, your body produces cortisol. Cortisol literally kills neurons in the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory. So, if you are stressed out while studying, you are trying to fill a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. The Japanese routine for this is Shinrin-Yoku, or forest bathing. It's not hiking, it's just being in nature, engaging your senses. You might think, I don't have time to go for a walk, I need to study. That is the mistake. Taking 10 minutes to walk outside without your phone lowers your heart rate and cortisol levels. When you return to your desk, your brain is actually primed to receive information. Stop grinding against stress. Reset your system. The grand final, Ikigai, the mindset shift. Now, here is the final piece, the one I promised would change everything. The reason you can't remember anything is often because you are learning for the wrong reason. You are learning to pass a test. You are learning to impress a boss. You are learning out of fear. The Japanese concept of Ikigai means a reason for being. It's about finding the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. Here is the paradox. When you stop studying for the grade, your grades go up. When you shift your mindset from, I have to memorize this to pass, to, I am mastering this because it is part of my purpose, your brain treats the information differently. It moves from short-term survival memory to long-term identity memory. You remember it because it is part of who you are, not just something you need to do. So stop treating your brain like a storage unit and start treating it like a muscle that needs the right routine. Active recall, small steps, rest, nature, and purpose. Which of these 5 routines are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Core Mind Code for more mind hacks. See you in the next one.